Whew. When I mean nobody, takes Section 8 no more.
What?
No more, y'all. What should you do? What? Well, this little lady gonna tell you. But I don't think some of y'all gonna like it. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. I'm not feeling too well today, y'all, so probably won't be too long, I guess. Okay, unless I get excited. You know how that goes. Today's video is about a little lady talking about people complaining that they can't find housing with their Section 8 voucher. I talked about this last week. Yes, I'm talking about it again today. Because some of y'all need to listen. You don't listen very well, and you don't believe fat meat is greasy. You don't believe it until it's too late. Some people really out here trying to save your soul, save your livelihood, trying to give you some common sense, trying to tell you what you should and should not do. And y'all out here getting mad, putting crazy stuff down in the comment section. But that's all right, y'all. Thank you for the views, though. Thank you. Coming over here getting mad, not paying attention to what I'm saying. You only have selective hearing. And I keep telling y'all over and over and over again, I'm talking about the able-bodied people, not the disabled people. The people who can run, jump, have sex upside down on the ceiling, those type of people I'm talking about when I speak about the lazy people that don't want to do nothing with their life, sitting on the system forever and thinking everything should be okay. And we, the taxpayers, should be happy that we taking care of them. Don't be complaining. You should be happy that you helping taking care of my kids. Because I can't. But keep on having children, though. And you're going to keep on helping me, whether you want to or not. That's the way they think, y'all. It is. It is. You can tell by what they do. All right? Let me pull up this little lady. Pay close attention to what she says. Thank you for the PayPal, the Cash App, to buy me a coffee, buying my cologne and perfume. Thank you so much. My soap. But some of that stuff, y'all, I'm going to have to cut out. It's becoming too much for me. But I am going to start an eBay store, okay? It's going to be called Knick Knack Haven. I'm going to be selling little knickknacks, and I want y'all to go over there and see can you find something you like the little vintage stuff. I'm going to show you. You're going to like it. You are, okay? Moving right along. Here we go. Whew, oh, Lord. Come on, little lady. Tell them.
I was about to say I don't need to know who need to hear this, but I actually do know who need to hear this. Section 8 recipients, please come to the front. Stop calling these complexes, asking them if they accept Section 8. Okay? A lot of people is not accepting Section 8 because of, of various different reasons.
It ain't just because some people tear up the apartment, y'all. It's also because of the government, how slow that they pay them, and stuff like that. Different things, different factors, all right? So don't think it's just because they discriminating against you because you have a voucher. They don't want to be dealing with Section 8 at all. They don't want to deal with it. The landlord's like, no, I want tenants in here. I want people who can pay my market rate. I've said this before, and it's true, y'all. It's true. So don't be saying they are racist. They're discriminating against us. Even black people who own properties, they don't want you in them. Okay? So how's that discriminating? Huh?
Not even going to dwell on that part because that's not what this video is about. Why is no one except Section 8? Why are you still on Section 8? I personally think that Section 8 has done such a disservice for people now.
Shane Lyon has done such a disservice for people. It made people lazy. Why are you still on Section 8? She said, why are you still sitting there? Why are you sitting there accepting this? Why, people? Put it on down in the comment section. We know why. They're lazy. They don't want to work hard. They just want to work the bare minimum so they can keep their benefits. We know why. Like I keep saying, I'm going to say it over and over again. Your kids are looking at you. And you don't care? No, y'all, they don't.
Is that nobody can even live in today's regular world. I mean, once I became an adult, Section 8 was so saturated with everybody. The waiting list was so out of this world. I wasn't about to sit at home trying to live with my mother waiting for Section 8 to put.
She wasn't about to do that. She wasn't trying to sit around and wait till she can get a voucher, be put on the list, and be waiting for years and years and years without trying to do nothing. Within those years that you're waiting, you trying to tell me you can't do nothing with your life. You can't get a job. You can't better yourself. You can't go to school. You can't do something. You can't go to vocational school. If you don't want to go to college, can't you go to vocational school? Do something like that. You can't do anything. You staying with the parent. You can't get on your foot, your feet, whatever. You can't. You can't save no money to get your first apartment, your first car. Asian people do it all the time. Hispanic people do it all the time. You stay with your parents. You stay with relatives until you get on your feet. And you ain't got to be begging. You ain't got to depend on the government. You ain't got to beg your family members because you now are on your feet because you got a lot of money saved up. But people don't save, y'all. They don't budget. They don't. They live with their parents. They just buy everything. You can tell. You can tell by what they do. I'm not lying. Move right along.
On the list. Imagine if I would have still been waiting today. I have had my own apartment since the age of like 24 years old. I got about 12 years in the game, and I've had a few help from a few programs here and there throughout the year. I have accepted help from social services too.
Y'all, there's a lot of programs out there that people are not utilizing. They don't utilize it. They don't want no help. They don't. They want to continue to do what they're doing. I consider that lazy and I consider it low down. Okay, you have opportunities out there and you refuse to take them because you're lazy. And then you get mad at people because they mad because you're sitting on the system. And then you want to cry and cuss people out. That's what they do.
But the difference between accepting help and being dependent on the help is two different things. Y'all have become so dependent on Section 8 that a lot of y'all will just sit there and just either let it run out or be put out or be put off of Section 8 instead of finding a job and obtaining an apartment that you can afford. Rent is no longer going to be $300-$400 anymore.
She ain't lying about that. So you're going to be sitting on there forever? You can forget about it. $400 and $500, $300, that'll never come back, okay? That was ruined by the Biden administration. Y'all don't think so? You don't? You better get a grip. You better pay attention.
To get out there and get in the paint. I feel like if Donald Trump is only going to allow older and people to be on Section 8, it should be that way. If you are at least like 55, 60 years and older, you should be on Section 8.
I agree with that. Because they're on a limited budget. Some of them don't even get a retirement with their Social Security. Some of them just get the Social Security check. Now, I'm going to blame some of them for that. Okay? Because you didn't work a job long enough to have two checks. One check is not going to make it. I'm telling you, younger people, listen to me. Don't do like your grandma and your pawpaw. Okay? You got to at least stay at a job long enough. Or you got to have some type of business where you investing in a 401k or something. You got to have something. Because if you don't, you're just going to get that one check. Things going to keep getting higher, not lower. You're going to have to go and stay with your kids. And some of y'all don't want to stay with your kids because they treat you like hell. Some of them. Thank God I got some good children. Thank the Lord Almighty. Thank you, Jesus.
If you have a disability, you should be on Section 8. But unfortunately, the people that are on Section 8 are able-bodied people that can work, get a job, and get that out there, make their own money, and pay rent. There are affordable apartments out there. Some are in, more impoverished ghetto neighborhoods.
And that's why they want to stay on the Section 8. Have you seen some of the people on Section 8 and where they live? I know someone who had a 3-bedroom townhouse. It was nice in a real nice area. I could not believe that it was Section 8, but it was. And some people staying in nice houses. They can't get that if they wasn't on Section 8. Is it okay? Maybe. Temporarily. Okay, but forever? Forever, ever? I like saying that. I do. All right. Is that fair to the working class person who can't afford something like that? Is it fair? Put it on down there. We want to know.
But if that's what you can afford, keep your head down until you can get something better. People are out here getting whole evictions on their record when they haven't paid rent in 20 years.
How does that happen? You living in Section 8 and you getting evicted. Is it because you can't keep the little job that you have? Is it because you're not paying your rent? Some people have $50 rent. Nobody would loan them money for $50 or give it to them? Nobody? $100, $200. You can't scrape up $200? You know, a lot of y'all be selling your food stamps. I'm not telling you to do that. But you got to do something. Go out there and do some work, or yard work, or something for somebody. Clean up their house. Do something to make that money. Undercover money. You can make undercover money. A lot of y'all doing it right now.
You can imagine being on Section 8 for 20 years and you ain't saved a dime.
Nothing.
You didn't understand the assignment?
Right.
It was to cop and hold, not cop and blow. You were supposed to save your money up to buy a house so that you could get out of the game. Section 8 wasn't designed to take care of y'all for the rest of y'all lives.
But they've been doing it, though. They've been doing it because we allow it. The government allows it. They do.
Really? At one point in my life, I used to be upset. Like, why can't I get food stamps? Why can't I get this? Why can't I get that? I had to understand that I didn't want to be sit in a box where I'm barely making it so that I could get governmental assistance.
Who wants to be limited? Like she said, you're sitting in a box. You can't do nothing better. Because if you do, they're going to cut you off. That's why people are idle. They stay there. They don't want to be cut off. And you think that's good, people? Trolls, do you think that's good to stay idle? Don't do better in life. Some of y'all live to be old. Ain't done nothing with your life. Nothing. You ain't showed your children nothing. They loving somebody else. They want to be like somebody else. They don't want to be like you. They don't. Then you get mad? For what? Why you get mad? Because you decide to be a nobody.
I'd rather have an uncapped earning than be capped at a certain amount, or I'll lose my food stamps, or I'll lose my Section 8, or I'll lose. No. Y'all have sat back and let the government, literally bend you over and do the bending. Now there's a vast majority of you guys that are going to be homeless, that are being put on Section 8, that can't find a place that even it takes Section 8. Wake up and smell the coffee beans.
How many of y'all think Section 8 not going to be around too long? How many of y'all think that they just going to give it to the elderly and disabled people, maybe the veterans, people who really, actually need it? How many of y'all think so? Put it on down in the comment section. Really and truly, that's what it should really be for. Maybe, like I said, you can get on it temporarily until you get on your feet. But they're going to stop this thing where it's a lifetime thing, lifelong thing, forever, forever, ever. They're going to stop that. Y'all don't believe that? They praying and hoping and praying and hoping and praying that a Democrat get back in office. That's what they're praying for. Because they're going to let us sit on it. We're going to vote Democrat. You think I'm lying? Keep on thinking that.
Trump is getting rid of a lot of things. And if you don't get with the program, you're going to be outside, homeless, broke, naked, and cold. There's no way in the world that you had all this time to either save some money or get your life together, and now you homeless and you.
Oh, they was balling. They was balling on that money. They didn't want to do nothing but ball. Tricking the money out. They just doing what they want to do. Okay, saving all the money. And you can't even save. And you trying to feed your family and clothe them and house them. And you can't even save. You have to get a second job. Some of y'all got 3 jobs. And they over here balling, sitting on the system. Woo.
Ain't paid rent in 20 years.
Right.
Make it make sense. The program was just designed to help. Help. It was a stepping stool. But y'all sat there and used that program as a crutch. And now the crutch has been removed. Y'all act like y'all legs don't work. What you doing? At home. Watching Maury, Jerry Springer, Dylan, watching Judge Judy. What was you doing with your time when you was on Section 8 for all them years?
Nothing.
You ain't got no money saved up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. So don't sit here and be like, oh, it's Trump's fault. He got rid of Section 8. Oh, it's this person's fault that no, it's your fault.
Right.
Because you wasn't standing on your own 2 feet, and everybody grown should be holding their own. Now that the tough is getting, your ass better get going. Go find you a job in a place you can afford because you got this. Don't play the blame game. It's already done. Okay? The deeds is already done. How are you going to maneuver and handle? Only thing on your mind is should be getting your shit together. Y'all wasting entirely too much time seeing, who said accept Section 8 and sitting on people waiting lists while y'all sitting here homeless or in shelters and shit. Get a job and pay regular rent. That's it. That's literally the answers to your problem.
It is the answer to the problem. But are they going to do it? No. They're going to find another solution. You know, sometimes, I know it's hard out here, y'all. I know it's hard. But sometimes, you can get a roommate, if you can't survive on your own with this rent, until you can get on your feet. Like I said, get your roommate, go stay with your family, do something. I know you don't want a roommate, but this is temporarily until you can get on your feet, okay? Everybody needs help some type of way. Everybody does. But when you were sitting on the system, you did nothing with your life to try to help improve your situation. You did nothing. You sat around. The money that you were saving from not really paying that much rent, you was out here driving a damn Lexus. You was driving a damn brand new Jeep. You was driving a Lexus. You was driving a Suburban. Better cars than the people who's out here working and struggling. And y'all think that's right? We the taxpayers are helping you to get over on us. We are. Y'all don't see it that way, but it is, y'all. When y'all gonna get tired? When y'all gonna talk to your government? When you gonna protest against stuff like this? When? We sit around and we do nothing and we allow our government to just do whatever the hell they want to us. Nobody say nothing. Well, Trump has started it. Okay. Now, we don't know what's going to happen when Trump leaves. We don't know what's going to happen. Will there be another Republican being elected? Will it be J.D. Vance? Will it? I pray it does because he thinks like him. He thinks like Trump. He's in training right now, okay? But we got some low-down, dirty Republicans, too. We got them, y'all. They low down. They be siding with the Democrats. They know they wrong. They back and forth. Maybe they shouldn't call themselves Republican, a MAGA. Just say you independent. You sway back and forth. You don't know what the hell you are. I just go back and forth. Like some of you people. They say you a man, some say you a woman. You don't know which sex you like. You sway back and forth. Oh, I'm bisexual. I do anybody. I'll do anything. Ooh, Lord. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.